Hello, everybody. This video is to show you and give you an idea of how to do the argument paragraph outline that is listed on Canvas. So, how to use this organizer and how to make the most of it to give yourself an easier time when it comes to transferring this information on over to your essay. So, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So, to walk ourselves there, we are going to be making our way on over to our modules, and then we are going to head on over to the 20.1 assignment right here, the 20.1 assignment argument project graphic organizer. So, we're going to go ahead and click on that. And just to clarify, we are going to be wrapping up this graphic organizer and moving on with our essay coming up very, very soon. This graphic organizer is going to be due Thursday, February 4th by the end of the day, so 11:59 p.m. That is tomorrow. So if you still have work that you need to do with this, please make sure that if you don't get it all done today, you have it turned in, submitted on Canvas by tomorrow, Thursday the 4th. So as you guys are checking out this page, you're going to see that up here it is linked. So if you have forgotten what your argument topic was, they are linked up right there for you. And then we have our instructions. There's going to be a video right here. That's what I'm working on right now. But there's going to be a video posted right here to kind of walk you through the assignment, as well as some additional resources that you're going to need. So one of the first things that you're going to need is that evidence graphic organizer that we had worked on for the past couple of class sessions right at the end of semester 1 last week. So if you had started that assignment, it should be in your drive. So this little video that's linked up right here, check that video out because that will actually show you how to go back into your drive and search it up to find it. We also have the articles that were used for the factual evidence. Those are linked up right here. And then we're going to be practicing a little bit with transition words and lead-ins or like sentence starters. So there are just a couple of cheat sheets there for you to assist you along during this outline. So you're going to have your outline available down here in the bottom. As we have done before, when you click these blue words right above it that has the assignment title that's hyperlinked, it's actually going to pull up a full page for you guys right here so you can go ahead and check that out. So go ahead and pull that open now, and that is what we are going to continue working on. So as you can see, we have our instructions right here. I do want to make this part super, super clear, is that you are going to be making your claim, which is the same claim, that topic that you have been working with, whatever is helpful or harmful, whether that's fast food or zoos or social media or video games. Okay, so you need your claim, that same one that you've been working with, as well as that evidence organizer. Now, if you did not do the evidence organizer, this is going to be a little bit trickier for you because you're going to have to kind of start from scratch with gathering your evidence. But if you do have your evidence organizer, you can actually transfer your evidence directly from your organizer on over to this new outline. Now, when we're talking about those evidence pieces, you actually need to choose 3 pieces from that evidence organizer that we did, or find at least 3 types of evidence, 3 versions of it for this paper. So when I'm saying you need to have your 3 types, your 3 pieces, you need to have at least 1 factual piece of evidence. Okay, so that means a quote, a statistic, a piece of data from one of those articles. Okay, you must also have 1 anecdotal piece of evidence. That means you are sharing either your story or a story of somebody that you know who has experienced something positively or negatively, depending on what your topic and claim was. And then that last piece of evidence that you're going to need, because you need those three types or those three pieces of evidence, that last piece of evidence is entirely up to you. That's dealer's choice. You can either do factual or anecdotal, whichever one you think will help present with the strongest argument. Okay, so whichever one is the strongest piece of evidence. So just to restate that, you are going to need three pieces of evidence for this essay. Okay. One of those pieces of evidence must be factual. One of those pieces of evidence must be anecdotal. And the last piece of evidence is your choice, whether you want it to be factual or anecdotal. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and jump on in here, and I'm going to walk you guys through just a first couple of examples so you can kind of see the thought process of what you need to be doing. Okay, so for this guy, I'm going to go ahead and use the claim that social media is harmful. That's the topic and the claim that I chose. So what I'm going to type in here, and I'm going to make this nice and big for you guys. Okay, so my claim in this topic sentence section, you're going to be providing your claim and then a summary of evidence. Okay, so my claim is that social media is harmful because, this is where we're doing that topic sentence, providing the summary of our evidence. So social media is harmful because of its negative effects on people. Okay? That is all you really need for your topic sentence, is your claim, whatever is harmful or whatever is helpful, because, and we're going to give that summary, that short explanation of why we feel that way. You're just summarizing the pieces of your evidence that you are going to be later, so the readers know what you are talking about or what you will be talking about. Okay, so social media is harmful because of its negative effects on people. Now, here is a lead-in. I'm going to have you guys click into this cheat sheet section. Okay, all a lead-in simply is a way to introduce a new point. Okay, so your topic sentence is introducing your entire piece, but the lead-in is just introducing your new piece of evidence or your new point that you're trying to share with us. Okay, so here are some examples that you can use according to, in the opinion of, in the article, the writer states, so and so explains that, so believes that, etc., etc. Okay, feel free to use any of these. They are here at your disposal. And if you have one that you've come up with that would work, but you don't see on this list, then absolutely use that. Okay, you're not glued to just using these words here on the list. Okay, and I like to be a little fancy, so I'm going to go ahead and work with this first one. So according to an article, this is one of our articles that we saw. Make this a little bit bigger. Okay, according to an article titled, this is why I asked you guys to collect your titles. Okay, the good and bad studies look at the influence of social media on teens. Okay, and then because this is the title, we're going to put it into quotations, and then we're going to end it with a comma, because that sentence, this lead-in, is actually going to be continued right down here in our evidence box. Okay, so according to an article titled, quote, "The good and bad studies look at the influence of social media on teens," end quote, comma, and then we're going to open up a new quote because I'm going to be pulling something factual. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this so I know and I remember that this is a piece of factual evidence. Okay. So because it is factual evidence, it needs to be in quotations because I'm going to be pulling it directly from the article. Okay. So you can either paraphrase it and put it into your own words, or you can pull this direct quotation. Just make sure if you're doing a direct quotation that you are using those quotation marks. But either way, you need to make sure that you're giving that article the credit. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my first piece of evidence here. And we are ending that quote. Okay. So listen to how this reads. Social media is harmful because of its negative effects on people. According to an article, The Good and Bad, Studies Look at the Influence of Social Media on Teens, social media can make depression worse. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and slide down to our commentary section here. Okay, so now I have this quote. Okay, I have this information, but now I need to tell you why this is an important piece of information. That's what commentary does. Okay, I want to explain to you guys why I chose this quote. What does it mean? Why is this important to defend my topic sentence, to defend my claim? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to explain my evidence first in my own words. So this means, this quote, this means that looking at certain sites can make some people feel worse, make them feel worse about themselves than they already do. Okay? This is me explaining what this evidence is saying. Now I'm going to tell you why this is important and how it proves my claim. Okay? This evidence suggests that my claim, or excuse me, this evidence supports, goodness me, this evidence supports that. I'm going to scrap this sentence because I am struggling with it. All right, we're going to restart. This evidence, see, this is why it's important to edit, guys. This evidence supports my claim because it describes a way that social media can be harmful. Okay? And that's it. That's all of my commentary. I'm telling you what they're trying to say is that it's certain sites can make people feel worse about themselves. And then I'm telling you it's supporting my claim because it's telling you directly how social media is harmful. And that's it, y'all. That is your topic sentence. That is your lead in. That is your first piece of evidence and your commentary for that. That's it. That's all you need to do. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and real quick check out this lead in and transition portion just because we didn't necessarily touch base on it in class. And I want to make sure that we are all on the same page here. Okay. So we're going to look at this transition to evidence 2. And then we're going to check out our lead in. Okay. So if you click on this cheat sheet, okay, you are going to pull up this document here. Now, don't be overwhelmed with this. All I want to point out is this left-hand column, the bolded, those are like different ways that you can use it. So if If you're wanting to compare something, you're going to look for the part that's talking about comparing things. If you want to summarize your idea, you can use the summary portion. In this sense, I'm trying to add more information. Okay, I'm trying to prove something, I'm trying to add more information. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use I'm going to look for this section. And I'm just going to skim through these words. I like in addition. You can also put your own spin on it. So if you wanted to do like additionally, that works too. But I like to be a little fancy. So I'm going to use additionally. Okay. So in additionally, right? So to add to it, and that's it. You literally only have to put one word or one short phrase for your transition. Okay. And then you're going to want to continue with your lead in information. I'm going to use another type of factual evidence. I do know that. So I want something that's going to lead in appropriately to a article. Okay. So additionally, I'm going to go ahead and take a little peek back at my evidence or at my lead-in section. And I used additionally. So I'm going to use something that kind of strays from this list a little bit, but I want to use something like this. They're stating something. Okay, so I'm going to say additionally, as stated in, and this is my second piece of evidence. So I had used my second article here, which was social media makes young people save less for later. A survey shows, and this is the whole darn article title. And this was something from USA Today. And I'm going to italicize that because that's the name of a company. Okay. So additionally, as stated in Social Media Makes Young People Save Less for Later, a survey shows from US Today. And then I'm going to throw in my quote here, is that social media makes people want to spend more. Okay. That is my whole piece of evidence, is simply stating that it's making people want to spend more. And then I'm going to continue along. I'm going to add my commentary from it. Okay, I'm going to tell you why this is credible, why this is important, how it proves my point, what they're trying to say, and then I'm going to continue to add on. And for this last one, I would do an anecdotal, and I may even add on to this point here about it making people want to spend more money, or I might even talk about my own personal struggles and experiences with the negative effects of social media, or even conversations that I have had with my friends about how it's impacting their ego and their self-esteem. And then I'm going to come all the way back down here to the bottom to our closing sentence. And all I'm going to do here, imagine that I finished the rest of it, as you guys should be doing, make sure you're doing all of it, is I'm just going to wrap up here. And I'm going to keep it simple and sweet. This is why I believe that social media is harmful. Okay, that's it. This is just me restating. This is why I feel this way. You don't have to have anything crazy and fancy down here. Just wrap it up nice and sweet. And that's really it, you guys. Just make sure that you are doing all your bits and pieces. You're using at least one anecdotal and at least one factual. And if you still have questions after this, please go ahead and reach out to me.